as you just heard from old boy Threat, communication might not be completely sorted out with Device. So let's see just how bumpy this ride can get for NIP. Heroic need to shrug off the loss in overtime and get themselves back on track. Here we go. Pistol round underway. Julie's out for Rez. Light util for the Danes, and over towards ramp they trundle. Acadian's whole plan was to try and show the bomb, but there was nobody there to show the bomb to. So they've taken some ramp control here, Heroic.
3 members of the squad, to be specific. Linus is a responsibility, again, on the no armor kit.
It's a rough job. It's a rough job.
It's the new boy job. And it does seem like he's going to give up full heaven control. So they're into the top side now, and whoa, good movement. Evades Plopsky's USP. Rez now with an armored Julie. How is that going to fare? They've got 2 heaven, 2 on the side. This is great from Heroic. Around the wild, through ramp, up heaven, bomb ticking. Rez trying to fill the feed with these dual Berettas. And unable to do so. Linus unable to make more than 1. Everyone, even kill distribution at this point. It's up to Device and Hampus to finish the job. Kit on Device, armor as well. Stoun's made it a 1v1. Fake. Will he call the bluff? Here he comes. Device goes wide. That was his chance. He gets him down to 10. Stoun, the Live Lord. He might have to hold it here. Stoun tries to fake the sound. 2 seconds. 1 second. Another one. NIP given the rounding Kratos as well.
Yikes.
Stoun, that is a brutal finish. Get the fist bumps exchanged regardless. NIP given another. I think that's 3 in total this series.
That is wild. Just diffusing right under their nose right there again. And this is how... Okay, a bit of whiplash to Tessa's there, all right. You could see Rez was kind of holding them in place, but only just peppering them down here. And this from... you can... Yeah, because he's given up... His big reason he's frustrated there, right? Because if he had survived, he would have at least been carrying through some of that armor. So I can understand Stoun's visible frustrations as it will be the force buy.
Armored AK. So this is what you'll see people complaining about on Twitter, if you were wondering, because the bomb did go down and because it was incredibly close. Almost Heroic having the better buy into the second round of play. Not stopping Hampus, though. Immediate contribution. He's going through the smoke. This is ambitious.
For a flash.
Flash over. They're completely blind, and he massacres them all. Hampus will make it 4. Round brought to a swift close. Only Stoun, the frustrations of his previous round. Now he can take them out on the ninjas. Punching bag for him to vent his frustrations. Here's another. Oh, kind of just in time. Good off angle from LNZ.
Yeah. We've given everybody at home a couple of different versions. Now, I did tweet at him and I said, hey, what would you like to be known as? And he said, Linus or LNZ. Now, for us in the English-speaking department, it is Linus. For the Swedes, yeah, we know it's Linus. But imagine saying that while also talking about everything else. So we're going to do our best. That's all we can ever do, Alex.
Certainly is, yeah.
And Heroic are going to do their absolute best with 2 Deagles, P250 and 2 flashes. So round 3 looking very, very likely here for the Ninjas. This would really suck if Heroic kind of just get all this swept away from them, right? Such a close map in the last. They had a commanding lead. What were we talking? 13-4 at one juncture of the game.
Also funny to observe and to be aware that Device is having to think extra hard on those Nuke map. Every call out that comes naturally to him, he has to return to the bank and make sure it comes out as practiced.
You consider the 2 maps, okay? So we just have Mirage, a map that Astralis didn't play, famously didn't play. And then you have Nuke, a map that Astralis were famously the best in the world on for a very, very long period of time. And now he's going to have to rejig his brain in how he thinks about the most basic of things. So difficult, but I guess that's what happens when you're one of the absolute best players in the world and you make an audacious roster move that nobody saw coming and define history. So yeah, you know, you got to take the good with the bad, I suppose. How do you feel about blanked? Do you think that's another good one? Spotless, clean, immaculate, blanked. It's a bit more of a stretch.
I don't know. Blank just feels like more of like a kill. You know, like like you didn't get to pull the trigger, you got blanked.
Yep. All right. Yeah, with the gun vibe. Okay, I'm with you. I'm following. AK-47's about to come out. Is KDN getting a glass cannon here? You know, the AWP on the T side of Nuke. Some people love to rock it. It was a rule many a years ago where people wouldn't be playing a T-side or whatsoever. It's more in the 1.6 days, if anything. So
get shouted at.
Yeah, for the Boomers, it will be 5 AKs. And, well, NIP have a very, very strong buy. 3 AKs of their own, 2 M4s, heaps of nades. Kits are good. And Stand up to his regular squeaky door tricks.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see how they hold this. We saw from Evil Geniuses just how good Obo was in containing that top lobby.
Oh, that's right. He wrecked him, didn't he?
So they'll see that the Hellnet responsibility is fared by the Ninjas.
Hampus is already lower, and so is Linus. So early presence towards that B-bomb site area from NIP.
Oh, look at Plopsky. Oh, just as he turns. Rez as well. Some serious contact found. He's behind enemy lines and threatening to have another look. Elevates himself a little. They regather for a topside pop, and it's the right call. No one's home. Nobody's home. Playing retake. I guess they want to crawl lobby. Hampus is still out yard. Tessus maintains lobby control for now, and these fights will be intriguing. Stowns have evacuated. It is all onto Tessus for lobby hold.
Hard clear here for NIP.
Device has at least found the first. The time-sensitive mission. 3 kits. They've got all they need. Here they come. Nice from Shush and Stown. Shush known to be on the vents. Refresh is well known, but it doesn't matter when the headshots come in. Heroic find their first, and it's just a slow finish, charging in towards that top site, and the retake, real not easy for NIP. They had 3 ramp there. What do you suggest implied that? I
remember that about this time last year, we were having a discussion with Thray in an interview, and he said that he thought that the CT side of meta of Nuke was going to change, right? Because of how prevalent all the different smoke walls towards Yard are. That kind of popped into my mind, right? That maybe they're going to go for more of these lobby-type plays. And we've been seeing more and more of it, right? It's not that it's unusual, but we're going to see if there are more quirks around that, because NIP's nuke woes are quite prevalent in the 5-0 loss streak. So maybe, you know, they want to try and avoid, you know, the heaven and all the yard flanks and stay away from main and all the hijinks that can happen there. But Device is back into the AWP, and Shush holding the line on the other side. Could be the first point of contact. Downs, in the meantime, made it down the vent. And Linus has been called to deal with that. So it's not going to be easy for Linus here to have to rotate here, there, and everywhere. But no windows broken, so no sound cues to zone on in on. There's going to be a smoke wall here. You can see them lining it up. Minute left on the clock as it will be lobbed on out. Looks like it's going to be the L block.
Ooh, actually, good significant damage dealt by Hampus there. They're in front of the red container, all of them, and now bullets are thrown through. Hampus connects.
He's having a great game.
He is. He's already up to 8 frags. This is our 4th round of play. Heroic not getting off to the easiest of starts. Device is rotated in. Gives Linus the support he desires and requires. Now, I don't think the glass is broken. And they're heading down Decon now. Big find from Stown. Device rocking a hard place, has to adjust his aim. Will find one of the pack. They're in now, though, and no one's hitting him. He does take another with him. 3 versus 2 now for Shush and Cadian, trying to defend the bomb as it starts to tick in their favor. Cadian yet to frag Shush up to 5. 13 bullets, unable to reload now. He knows the contact's coming. Starting to advance. Rez and Plopsky from one side. If he could just get rid of Hampus, he's got a real shot for the afterplant. Oh, turns away as Hampus makes contact. Cadian to come up clutch. We've seen him do it before. Has he got the line up? It doesn't look good. Plopsky's holding. And another one going to slip away. NIP and their diffuses. These retakes are coming thick and fast.
Really rough scenes again for Heroic here. And I want to credit Hampus. Now, not only was it to do with the kills he got, that impact, but think about it. He started over towards credit card, did a lot of damage, rotates back, gets a freebie through the smoke. Then he comes over to ramp. He is holding ramp while Device and Linus are setting up a bit of a crossfire. Now, felt a bit like Device kind of sold his old boy out there, made up for it with 2 kills. And they still get the retake coming on through. And then Hampus there in the final throws puts his body on the line with the body block to help secure it. So Heroic with the plant, they can buy again. Loss bonus is starting to build in their favor, and it's fast ramp.
Linus to be tested, the nades and the bullets are all connecting, and Linus takes 3. Bowls them down, a round-winning triple. And here's Device with a finishing touch.
It's rough when we see Heroic on the receiving end, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've been here recently. We have been here recently. There's a reason this is a lower bracket game. And for the Ninjas in Pyjamas, I mean, this was kind of the boots on the other foot. And we are going to see a tactical timeout in that sense. Heroic are the ones that have got off to a real difficult start. I mean, take a look at the kill distribution. Tessus, a monster on Nuke in general for one of my favorite aimers on the Heroic roster. Seems like one for the future. If he can maintain and even distribute that kind of damage on LAN, I can't wait to see.
That says it all, doesn't it? 3 players on over 100 ADR right there. That says a lot.
And usually I'm asking questions about if it's bugged, but I can say with certainty it probably isn't. 122 for Device. Everyone was killed well over 1 per round in the 6 of play so far for the 3 at the top.
Yeah, Rush would have really had to have buggered up the HUD there to ruin that one, wouldn't you, Rush?
Tech9s and Armors. Let's get it started.
Oh,
Balls of smokes off the break. He's got some observing to do.
Didn't even quit back. All right.
I was crunching the numbers. Looks good. Okay. Admins are all thumbs up. Let's go.
Good news. Grand Pit, he's happy. We get Grand Pit back now. Ooh. Smoke wall disrupted. This is problems.
Oh, Hampus. Nice adjustment on the nade. His tracking's not bad, and the damage is huge. Shush and Tessus working with well under half. Rez is under a lot of scrutiny from that squeaky door. He does burrow back into the site. The door is swung open. Linus caught out, refreshed with a long-range dink. And now Heroic, one of the most convincing looking T rounds we've seen out of them. They've all opted for that ramp side hold, so Device, if he buys his time, may have an advantage into a couple of these. Yeah, it looks like he's tucking in.
Cadian's down a late yard to try and flank back down Secret, so it makes sense as to why these 3 players are playing so forward on ramp. The bomb is almost halfway ticked. NIP might get a rude shock here.
Hampus is about to disrupt a lot as he rounds this corner. Hello.
Spotted
2 more. Device and Plopsky are there to apply the pressure. They are running very tight on time here, fellas. It's kind of on Hampus to be defusing.
Are they going for this? What's happening?
Not even. I think they just want to take away... I can't even say guns. They've lost 1.
What?
It was a bit of a middle ground. I don't think they were planning on going for it, but the frag started coming their way, and there was a conversation being had in the closing stages.
That's left a very bitter taste in my mouth. I'm not certain as to why they wouldn't even have a look in here. I know that they were down a man, but they were just up against these pistols here. So interesting round to lose. NIP will retain all their weaponry, or most of it, mind you. And well, here we go again. Heroic are going to be counting their lucky stars with that one. Cadian into an AWP. Pass towards Yard. Smoke towards... Molly towards that red position to deny any aggression. Here's Hampus again.
I think he's disrupted the smoke again. No, just to extinguish elsewhere. Fresh now making his lineup clear. And it is Device's AWP that does provide an aggressive lobby. The rest of the squad is here. And Hampus has done it again.
Come on, mate.
Another one on the cross. Heroic. This wall of smokes doesn't feel like a wall at all.
Maybe you got the tip from Device on those Glaive secret smoke goggles that he's been wearing for all those years.
Oh, and Device couldn't be in a better position. He might boost. We'll find out. Just a swing, and Device can't believe his luck. Confirms at least another cross. Tessus caught in the off angle. He's very quick with the wrist there. And 3 from Device. Could it be 4? It is the tag and the USP to the dome. NIP back on the board. It doesn't look so silly now, Chad. Keeping all those AKs, upgrading the missing ones, and look what it's done to Heroic.
Yeah, okay. Well, it makes sense in the big picture, doesn't it? It just felt like a weird round to not go for.
Send them straight back to Squalor.
I'll be happy with how this one's panning out here. NIP looking good for
they spent everything. I mean, we got the Cadian AWP straight into it as well. It's all fallen flat.
Oh, it's a bit of a tech pause called just here, so hopefully we get this one back underway not too long. Just had a player drop out of the server. Should be able to get him back in and get this one ready and raring. Now, this was one of the maps last time round when these two teams met that was in that best of 3, right? We had Mirage, that was the decider. I believe it was Nuke and Overpass being the two other maps. Let me just grab the stats here so make sure we don't get this one incorrect. Where are we? Yeah, during Flashpoint 3, it was Mirage 16-8. It was NIP over Heroic on Overpass 22-19 and an overtime affair. And it was Nuke the opening map, whereas Heroic picked it up 16-10. So it was a pretty close map, 16-10 all things considered. Having a quick look at some of the breakdowns was Heroic winning the T-sided pistol, NIP winning their T-sided pistol. And it was a 10-round T-side haul from Heroic. So that's becoming impossible now. They can no longer get 10 rounds on their T-side. Best they can hope for here will be 9. Just a couple of the numbers. Tassus had 23 kills. Shush had the highest ADR. That's 84.
Yeah, and I mean, judging by the community's perception as well as the highlights I saw from the Heroic game, bearing in mind I didn't cast it, it does seem like they're one of the teams people have got up there and being discussed as one that's cracked the code in terms of their defense. We saw a great comeback from them.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I think some of their strengths, like in terms of, you know, how reactive they can be, how well they play off of each other, their understanding of the setups and where the gaps can possibly be, and then understanding when they go for gambles, what's open late. Those kind of details are things that Heroic really have down pat. But one of the things that we tend to talk about, Yanko said it on the desk as well, is that Heroic, when they do have these lower buys or, you know, they're operating with a saved AK or something like that, they can always pull something out of the back pocket. That hasn't really been the case in the last few. Sure, we had that Tessus round on Mirage. You remember where Cadian threw that kooky smoke towards bench so they could scale. But in a lot of these situations, it's been much harder for them to make the lower buys or the mixed buys work. So that's a string to the bow that has not been missing, but it hasn't been as consistent for Heroic, I think, in this matchup.
Good to go. Looks like we're back into the action. We thank you for your patience, and I'm sure so do the Ninjas and Heroic. Looks like everything's set up and ready to rock. It is going to just be that Stown AK-47, $4,000 pumped into it.
They do have enough smokes here, 3 of which to do the standard yard smokes to get them across secret. Looks like that is being lined up here. Shush, Tassus, they've got 2, and the close smoke dropped on out as Hampus, an absolute menace towards yard. Look where he is.
Such a nuisance. He's even got the glaive smoke if he desires. I know he's been working on that one. It's exactly the lineup should he require, but he could just catch them as they walk through. Here comes the wall. They're not looking. Easy first. Cadian's his next victim. And now, all of that smoke, all of that time, everything they just did was for nothing.
Yeah, all for naught. The fact that the AK goes down immediately, you can see the idea. This concept is as soon as those smokes are coming through the sky, the rotations are already starting for the CT. Stown's meant to catch somebody off guard. He's the one that got caught with the pants around the ankles, and Shush hoping to do the same. Hampus down, 2-on-3 now. Oh, make that a 2-on-2. Shush turning up the heat.
And Tessus already up the ladder. The sound cue given by Shush. He's going to molly hard. And Tessus draws fire. Shush can't do anything. Quick one from Rez. First real test for him. He hasn't had much action on that top site as of late. Plenty of cash in the bank accounts of the Ninjas. And Heroic, well, they're ready to go again. We'll see the Kalashnikovs in play.
Which gun do you think is the most iconic from Counter-Strike? I was just thinking about this last night. Which one to you, like, if you were to, you know, stands out the most? For me, I think it's the AK.
It has to be the AK.
Yeah. Like the Deagle would be in the conversation, the AWP. Those 3, I think, are the ones that are probably towards the top of the list.
Historically, I'd make a case for the Deagle. But in terms of modern depictions, AK-47, gotta be, I don't know. Let us know. Tweet him is at SPUNJ. Give him some dopamine, press that button, he does like it. Don't we all? Device posted up on the main cross, so this is a different setup now, and no Hampus to be seen, at least not initially. He's posting up on the unbreakable box, smoked for now. Device going for a sweep. Fresh across to secret, but this late arrival is the bomb, so Cadian's going to have to, I'd imagine, request a flash out of Tessus. Fresh already down secret, no less. Here comes Cadian. Is it Sol's utility? Device, he seems aware of what they're up to. Oh, a glimmer of Cadian. Knives out and completely pulling the plug on this. Spotted, Tessus might hunt. Device surely not going to be prepared for that re-aggression from Tessus.
Oh,
Peeks on the flashbang.
That was perfect. They've done their homework here. NIP look very well prepared in a lot of these situations. I think that's playing into how Hampus is always reading these rotations in the right place at the right time. Heroica being kept extremely honest in their micro maneuvers. Shush has found another.
Device, not one to stick around in the Molotov, but does do so. Really wanted to maintain control of ramp, and whether aware or not, he has. Oh, big fight for Plopsky to win. Refresh down, Stown, however, switches it around. It's Rez now with a lot to do. Shush is first. That's the bomb. Cadian keeps Heroic in it. And not easy with the AWP. Stown makes it look easy onto Device. In 9 seconds, the bomb will be planted. Bomb has been planted. Hampus.
He knows where both are, roughly.
Held by Stown. And another big round from him. Triple kill puts him on 9. And we will get Heroic breaking the silence of this constant. I mean, if we bring up the round recap, if we have the time, you'll see just how unevenly distributed Heroic's rounds have been. They haven't managed to get 2 consecutive T rounds, and bomb plant's not so easy either. This was big from Stown. Look at this fight. First of his 3 into this round. And that was Device rounding the corner as well.
Yeah, I think that Heaven kill was the most important. It gave them the avenue into the site there. Dispelling Device was good too, and you can see NIP limping in with this Pyjamas in the mix. And oh, missed shot right there, but gets the tag again. Cadian's bullets, they've been on point. They just haven't been deadly.
Yeah, it's just banging through every texture. It seems to be the shots, not the problem. Just that penetration.
Late smokes here.
Rinse, repeat. Similar setup from NIP as well.
Well, Hampus will immediately be able to call this clear. Look, he can, ooh, if he wanted to play in front of that molly, he will not. That's going to give Refresh a little bit of room to work.
But it's going to get Linus and Topside getting, you know, very ready for anything that may be thrown their way. Shush has taken down ramp. That's a huge opener. Device at least keeps them honest on yard, but here they go. They're going to fill that void of the frag onto LNZ.
Is it straight under? Looking likely here. Shush has already dipped
one's
on down. Oh, Hampus is here.
Oh, okay. Well, he'll be able to corral this at least a little bit. They'll be smoking him off. Closest rotates Rez. He's got a lot of audibles. Timing on this door swing is everything. Tessus is trained on him, but it's two of them peeking at the same time. Hampus can't do a thing, can barely get his M4 out. Looks like the low sight's the answer for Heroic.
Yeah, Device is going to want to hold on to this AWP. I can see how close Plopsky is over towards decom, but there's no real way back into this one.
Yeah, what's the best case? There must be a weapon line somewhere.
Refresh's AK outside is probably Plopsky's best bet here. If he can get his hands on that, it is a nice upgrade. Loss bonus moving into the next round will only be 1900, so NIP. This is where the discussion is, okay, we have an AWP and an AK. Do we just take a partial investment, right, and try and use these 2 saved guns to our absolute fullest potential, or do we bank that we can make it work on a close-range map like Nuke, all right? Let's maybe grab a shotgun, maybe grab an MP9, play some close angles, maybe get a little bit aggressive, let's do an opening move where Device can set the tone of the rounds, right? If you think about this, if they set Device up, he finds a pick, that's going to send Heroic into 1 or 2 options. They either pause and wait, or they scurry. And if they can force them in the right direction, they can funnel them into some of those weaker weaponry and hopefully profit off of that. But peel and open those doors. Tassus and Shush getting it done. And Shush has been very good in the last few with some opening picks. NIP forced into their first tactical timeout here in the first half. 7's good. I think they're going to be hoping for something a bit more like 9. He's guaranteed themselves that half lead. And the smiles on the faces is nice to see. You know the morale's still up high in the camp. Also, they have a pretty tidy room, a whiteboard, do all the drawings. Even got a coffee table. They're living the dream, Alex.
And I can see that the candle has at least burnt once.
Okay, so they are...
It's not just for show, Chad. Maybe they hang out, have a little candle-lit dinner.
Candles can completely change
Perhaps
the vibe.
During a demo...
Very homely.
It's true. Like a little demo review, you throw a candle on, it really will change the tone.
How do you think we could petition Valve, if we get to Ancient, we might be able to show the candles, to get higher res candles? Because they're very pixelated. Harry was pointing it out when they were casting it the other day. Very pixelated candles.
Enough to start a petition. Oh, the wall of smoke's not going to be disrupted this time. And as you discussed, it is just the maintained and saved AK and AWP. Device is in a prime position to have impact here. Fall off AWPing. If he could just get his head under the stairs.
Ooh.
He's a risk. Oh! Down, caught out on the swing. Completely denies access to Secret. Tess is bailing himself out of trouble. Looks like the frags are coming in. Cadian with a bit of quick AWPing of his own. Hampus alone, if he could just find Shush. He's cleared the corner. Shush is quicker. Heroic really given a gift there by Cadian and Shush. Double kill apiece. And that was the chance. Device starting so strong.
They did scurry as well, right? You saw as soon as they saw where the AWP was, they all just flooded back towards that yard position, knowing Device couldn't be there. And oh, wow. Well recovered from Heroic here. They will get their 5th on the board. This is the thing. Device is in no man's land. If they tried to run him down here, he would be caught before he gets to those stairs. That is wild that he's hit that onto Stown. Yikes. Okay, guns back out. Utility very skimp. NIP might look for something a bit more aggressive or heads up here. They have to take the fights. They have to get in the face of Heroic.
Yeah, look at everyone you've cut to. You've got people spraying and nading doors. Big find from Plopsky. He's so low, though. Surely going to fall any second now. Dropped out his own smoke. Supported now by Device from the rafters. Looking good. Hampus connecting on red. Now the numbers favor the nip. Shush and Stown completely segregated. Oh, and Stown loses his jaw. How does Hampus win that body shot to finish? Shush to come up clutch. Loud footsteps in the vents. He continues to hold his walk key. That's a gift. The fact the door has not swung open, he's been able to crawl to ramp. It is being held currently by LNZ. That's the first duel of the 3. Now it gets interesting. Smoke is out. Windows the fight he wasn't ready for. And another one slipping by the wayside for Shush. Not a bad valiant attempt all the same. And 3 frags for Hampus. He is at the top of the entire server. 16 and 17 apiece for Device and Hampus.
I don't know about you, but I'm really liking how free Hampus looks, right? Because remember in the past, and this is pre-Device joining, Hampus was still going for these aggressive type of maneuvers, but when he fell, like the totem pole of authority almost completely slipped away. Now, I'm not saying this is just because Device is here, but I think if Hampus dies, Device is still going to be calm. He's still going to be able to call a couple of shots. I think they said he was going to contribute with secondary in-game leading type stuff just due to his experience. So Hampus can be the thorn because he's very good at being aggressive, right? The in-game leaders tend to have a better sense of where the gaps are, and then the rest of the team don't just fall apart. There's good stuff here from NIP as they do make 8. Sound not far off there with that spam, to be fair. And the buy from NIP where you can see...
Huh?
Where was that? Where did that go down? Missed that one. So Device went down towards main from Cadian's AWP.
Must have been the squeak fight. It's been recovered by Rez, and oh, Refresh. Just on a little glance from Hampus, he's been having a really tough time on this T side, has Refresh. Shush, quite the opposite. He's the very best. Tessa sharp onto Hampus. Didn't even look like he counter-strafed. Rez, oh, okay. The fact he's hit the first will slow them down. Smoked off, that's a big problem. Whether or not he wants to contest any further remains to be seen. They're into the site. A tiny gap for him to occupy. I think Shush knows that is unwise, would rather close the doors and lock the round down. They're handing out compliments in the chat.
Yeah, that's too nice, isn't it?
Yeah, nice shot, Rene. Thank you.
It was a banger. It was an absolute banger. And now, retaining these 2 weapons, name of the game here for NIP to close out round 14. Heroic will make it to 6. Might be split right down the middle here, but it's not that massive T-sided haul that Heroic had last time in the 16-10 victory at Flashpoint. So, second half looking likely to be a close game. It's a good thing it's delivering here today. Shush. Oh, robbery. Rez, the AWP gone. Be none of that nonsense for Device for the final round of play.
Naughty blow to throw.
And it is in a huge way because Device currently sitting at the top of the scoreboard with 17 kills alongside a Hampus. He does not have the big green to operate with in a round like this, which could be the a big difference maker. 9-6 sounds a lot better than 8-7.
Oof, and it was pure pre-fire.
Nice from Shush.
Rez probably didn't need to be occupying the angle. You can't fault him in the last stages for not wiggling away.
Shush had a little bit of a smirk on his face there leaving spawn. I think he knows how much that one just meant. Still need to convert though.
And the reason Refresh has been having such a tough time in Yard is Hampus and his cheeky plays. Looks like Device and Line is set up for contest here, and Shush is there to receive. Wow, good damage on the MP9. Would have loved that final 24. Rez is trying to push in to finish the job, and with Plopsky's support, they've managed it. Full lobby control. When the weapons aren't great, bit of a crunch in lobby. Standard stuff on Nuke, but it's caught Heroic off guard.
Device almost has to give up heaven here, though. Testis has full control. If he continues to push forward, he will go down. So NIP are aware of what real estate they're dealing with, and Hampus with another banger.
What? He would look at the 2 targets immediately on his screen, and he has the not only the ability to hit that shot, but to choose. Great reaction from Hampus. I wonder if he's got another one in him.
Of course he does.
Well, there's no reason for Testis not to give us a full show. 35 seconds, the bomb's on Yard. He's giving it, look, some style points on the descent. 9 for the Ninjas. They'll take it. Heroic, though, making a half out of it. It started very poorly. Heroic now swapping over. We'll see what the Ninjas can do on the attack. IEM Summer kicking off our day with a bang. It is NIP and Heroic on the menu. Group B continues. One of these is going home. We've already sent a couple through. 3 more names will be added to the eliminated list at the end of our day. And our day is only just getting started. Perhaps the Series 2. Ancient a third should we require it. And Machine, I'm hanging out with Sponge. We now see Heroic swap over to the defense. And they managed to get themselves a 6-round haul on the T side. All things considered, not bad. Oof, it looks like a big Yard biff. Stown going to be forced off the line.
Those 1x bet odds now hugely favoring NIP here as well. So tables turning all across. And, well, Cadian ahead of the smoke. He is instantly dropped. That's a big death to concede straight away. And
Shadow.
an important pistol.
Stown at least spotted one red.
Fluffed his lines.
Yeah, he's got the smoke to at least escape safely. For how long? Yeah, not long. Hamper straight out the squeak. One different component he didn't consider. Shush. Smooth into the head of Hampus. Now they might have to head to that low side. Looks like that's where the bomb's going to. They could use ramp, but they're not doing so yet. Returning to yard as the bomb now planted lower. This really does not spell too much success for Heroic. A chance if Shush opens up the account now. The kit's on its way ramp side. If Rez can just keep them busy here on this.
2 bullets.
One more. And now Shush making a round out of this.
They've got 2 smokes and a kit.
Fresh has already got 1 smoke down on the bomb. It's quite scary. It's going to be quite threatening. Fake. More contact. Everything connects for Heroic.
The kit's loose.
Device can save this. They're on it. Tessus does not have the kit. I think the round is won regardless.
Oh, Lord. What a fumble.
It was looking great. 5 kills between the 2 of these 2, but...
Oh, no.
Round goes the Ninja's way. These bombs have been a tricky component of the Heroic gameplay. A couple of Ninjas, couple of missed marks. Another one for us in the pistol.
Rez back turned and, wow, recovers that quickly. That's a very big find early. This was fantastic from Shush here, dealing with Rez towards the vent as well. And you could see he looked away from his screen, right? He's looking where his teammates are at. That kill from Device on the refresh actually threw the kit further away from the bomb. So now that the smoke's there, you have to find the kit. There's not much time to deal with, and you don't want to be open to the Device either. So you can see how it did fall apart for Heroic here, and they force ball in. This could be one of the last chance saloons here, unless they can really turn this one around. NIP looking like they're ready and primed for ramp, but Hampus with another opening. Yeah,
I'm not sure Cadian can do a thing. Nice find. Finishes off what Tess has started with the scout. Ramp is lost. 4 spies identified. Refresh and kept very honest, and he's responsible for this low side defense here. Can hit the shots, and he doesn't. Oof. Linus, lucky to be alive.
Yeah, that was a gift. That stairwell molly didn't land perfectly, which meant that Refresh even had an opportunity to go for that. So by not converting, he knows he's just given away one. And Heroic is still having a little bit of a looky-loo into this, so risking everything here. Armor, Deagle gone, more lost. Just this Famis and the Scout. So at least it's the bigger guns, you know, the best of the bad situation. Unless Device can take something more away, they've gone polar, opposite ends of the map here. One towards CT spawn, one towards T spawn. Both should survive unless Cadian over peaks, and he'll get away with it. So 11-6 now, and this is feeling very much like Mirage did, right? Heroic were in that driver's seat. It was 13-4. You know, they converted the pistol. They were looking good. And then when the first gun round came out, at that point, it all changed. So Heroic will have to concede likely another round here going into round 18. But once we look at the guns in round 19, that could be the difference maker. That's where we'll get a real idea of how this one's going to either fizzle on out or if we'll get a flurry of rounds forward. Nobody yard at all. Everybody from Heroic either top site or ramp. So path of least resistance has been acquired by NIP. That's Flash isn't going to do anything. The smoke's already covering their descent down secret. If they run down there now, Heroic can stack the lower side. So this could get messy.
You're right, this could get messy. Door, already contact, Rez, nice find in the end. I wonder how much they're going to commit to this. They don't have to approach it with too much space. It looks like there's a degree of diligence here. Full util, denies ramp contributions from Cadian, or does it? Does find one on the tight line. Confirmation there's at least another 2 on the site. Hectic. Cadian handed a 1 versus 3. First bullet doesn't connect. Would have loved it. Instead, NIP will take the gift that is 12. They are 4 rounds away from knocking Heroic out of IEM Summer.
But I wanted Ancient.
I know. And Heroic are going to be joining a list such as Astralis.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a very kooky lower bracket, a product of a lot of surprise wins. Let's not forget Astralis were thrown down there in their first best of 1. Fun plus Phoenix eliminated as well by Complexity. Astralis gone, Extra Salt, Sprout, Imperial, Fnatic just yesterday, and we'll be waving goodbye to not only one of these, but Virtus Pro and Spirit coming up next. Surely Heroic don't just leave here like 16-8. I think they've got a backbone to them here on Nuke. This is their map. This is their turf.
Yeah, I agree, but there's some real frag impact missing for the likes of Tessus and Refresh right now, combined with only 10 kills. Cadian also had a rough go of things over there on Mirage, and he only has 8 to his name. It's really only been Sjuush and Stown with impact moments. Sjuush up to 19, Stown 11. It's a pretty humble scoreline, but we have seen, 3 kills that have helped them convert big rounds. This is where those individuals I previously mentioned need to step up with multi-kills, really get that engine going. And now we're about a minute left on the clock. Yard is where Cadian resides, and Hampus has been finding a lot of entries. He's down, and a 4-on-5 could peter out for the Ninjas.
Oh, Stown usually finishes them off neat and tidy. That was up against a Galil as well. He's lost that duel. I think a little knee on the jump peak is spotted. Bang! Device connects. Cadian's out of the round, and now the bomb can go down. LNZ, you fancy that? Galil versus Tessus. Doesn't connect a single bullet. Ramp still open for CT business. However, down to the low side they go. Knives are out. They're running this. And Tessus can't.
Huge. That's huge.
Fully exposed. Rez takes his head off. This looks like trouble now. Refresh and Sjuush disconnected completely. The bomb's already ticking against them. Tessus was not ready for that drive-by from Rez.
They look like they're already getting a formation for a save here.
Yep.
They know that the AWP is over there in Warehouse, so Refresh going over to pick that up now. And, well, that's scavenged for Cadian. He did get a kill, but only one he walked away with. And NIP, furious round right there. That swing from Rez out the door and a Tessus, beautiful stuff. 13 secured. An AK would be nice for Sjuush. I think he will get it. That gun drop has been heard, but there's no real need to chase. If NIP just take it nice and easy, they're in such a good position to close things out here. A 2-0. Ooh-wee, all right. Considering how map 1 started, this is not where I thought we'd be finding ourselves about an hour later. That's Cadian's opening. This is Device's patience. Yeah, he was offered a leg, he was offered a bit of the kneecap, but he wanted the whole thing. And that kill from Rez was round winning. The smiles on the faces, I think, tell it all.
This is what they've been training for. This is what they've been practicing for. A 2nd place in their first event. Now looking to knock out previous world number 1.
We can define the NIP era, like BD before Device and then AD after Device.
That's not bad. Refresh. He's staring at the smoke. You'd think the scope gives him an advantage on that, and it does. Hampus unable to react. Device is, though, just a quick step into the line.
Something in store here. Smokes towards Yard, and that is Rez just hiding behind main, so they might even use him to pincer in. However, we'll have to deal with Tessus towards the back of Warehouse here. Almost perfectly positioned to deal with any lurky business. But that smoke wall should force out a CT side rotation, and Cadian spotted one.
Yeah, he's not going to miss either. That's the bomb spotted as well. He's not... Oh, he's done very well to not get caught by the repeat. Just dumping his util. Even catching a glimpse of some crossing back. Peeked in. Device is doing it all for the Ninjas here. He's keeping them competitive. 2 trades on T-side Nuke with that AWP, and he's not done yet. It's down to the windows. That's surely a Device peek. Breaks the glass, threatening. Linus to try and get that bomb down. Stown can deny it here, though. And he does mantle up.
Oh.
That's not the denial. Device thrust into a clutch. He's quick. Ace clutch. That certainly would be an announcement of his arrival. Into the Pyjama Ninjas. He can't get it done. Double peaked, exactly what they had to do. But he reminds them who they're playing against.
Yeah, he's done an absolute great job, almost stealing that one away. And you consider what that round is for Heroic. That was a full investment across the board, everything they could possibly hope for. They're being kept under the thumb here. NIP doing a great job in all of these rounds of just keeping the pressure up. Rez went down in the meantime to Tessus and Yard, right? So you see this situation. I think it was a 2-on-4 before this trade comes in. And they've really made a round of it here. Just the wrong weapon for the job, really. An AK in his hands, and maybe he secures that one right there. But here we go again. Round number 21. Buys decent for both squads. Heroic have somehow cobbled this one together. It will be a FAMAS for refresh. Util is there in play. And NIP, once again, they're not in any rush. Just happy to set up in a bit of this default spread formation. Plopsky and Device yet to leave spawn, so their smokes will be lobbed out, I assume, momentarily. But aggressive ramp. Cadian has the AWP. He's perched up for a frag here on Linus.
Yeah, and if you're Linus, you just do not want to be the guy to go down first in a round like this. You're so close to glory. And Linus is the one to find him. Not both! Oh my god, he passes the test and then some. And Plopsky's nearly finished it right there and then. Shush and Stown remain. This is for 14 here. Device is already starting to finish the job. Stown miles away. Great first frag. Taking down Hampus. The bomb's on the top site now. They're just juggling it around. They'll know where Stown's coming from. And they're in no rush. This is a big round for the Ninjas to convert. And he's missed his shot. Can't fault the man on 25 and 9, though.
Oh, he's conceding. He can't have a look in. He can't even go for the 1-on-3 situation. It's unlikely even just coming out of my mouth here, but the score is the reason I'm sitting here, well, not worried. This one is looking like it is almost signed, sealed, and delivered for the Ninjas. They did it in Flashpoint. They took Heroic out there, and they're doing it again, and this time it's going to be a 2-0 fashion, not the 3 maps required. We don't even have to see that curveball of Ancient coming into play.
Oh, Linus.
Is he going to get it?
No. Line in the sand, of course.
Okay. He's been taught well.
Dude, what a fantastic performance from him. When you've got your responsibility is that trophy hold, and you've got the AWP slow walking into you. The fact he's got 1, never mind 2. Great performance out of him.
I know that we often get a little bit deceived by the X-ray, but I thought that Cadian just caught the elbow there. Hard to tell, very hard to tell. But here it is. Not
a pretty buy here, Chad. This could very well be Ninjas in Pyjamas with more than a handful of series points to eliminate Heroic. Danish Counter-Strike taking a bit of a dip here at Summer.
Oh, that's a very good point. I think OG have the most Danes, Valda and Nico still in play. So a little bit of representation, but it's not what we've been used to in the last couple of years. It's normally the Swedes. Yeah, okay.
Hang on. All it took was a Dane. Wow, what a weird conversation we just had. It made sense as well.
In our head, yeah, for sure. And to the Counter-Strike loyalists.
Yeah.
Well, they're in top. Very easily in top.
Yeah, and that bomb's already been planted.
What do you do?
I don't know, and I don't want to say it. Device might have to do it for me. Bullet connects, Shush on his trophy advances cut short. Tessus looking to escape, elope, and have another go. 15 going to be found immediately for the Ninjas in Pyjamas, dude. And I mean, how much of this do you want to attribute to the Ninjas in Pyjamas just understanding the Heroic they were going up against in that first half?
I really think how much of a thorn in the side Hampus was to the T side of Heroic. He was a monster, right? You combine that with Device's performance as well, both of which at one point were sitting at 17 kills in that first half, I think it was. It really just unraveled a lot of these moves. And just with 1 or 2 kills, just making things a little bit awkward, maybe Heroic would slip the net or they'd get an equal trade. They were definitely the difference makers. And now it's just this one round needed. And again, you know, we've said it, consecutive rounds in a row here. Heroic just scrapping together the best they can. 3 FAMASes, MP9, AUG, Util's there. There's a fuse kit in play. Even if they get this one, it really does just feel like NIP's game. This would be quite the comeback. We've had a few of them in the last couple of days, but this one,
something else.
It's in anyone's likelihood.
It's down, aggressive up yard. Hampus already tucks in. Responsive play from him. Stown has nothing to report. leading trophy side. Tess is known for some hijinks and some damage, especially with the Org. Gonna get shoulder peeked and shoulder barged by Plopsky. Ramps open already. And graceful movement puts Rez down to the lower side before Cadian tries to get a smoke to enable his own push through, but the bullets are unloaded and this one's done. Heroic. Grouped at IEM Summer and by the Ninjas in Pyjamas, no less. I mean, if I told you, Chad Burchill, that it would be Heroic eliminated in the group stage of IEM Summer to EG and NIP, you start eating hats. You really would. Absolutely brilliant stuff from the Ninjas. Looking great. Looks like a statement of intent for more of the tournament. We'll see more from them as they move on to play the winner, the survivor of Virtus Pro Spirit. It's all coming up. Next game, of course, and so is the analyst desk, so do stay tuned.